I'm sending him a 4-page letter, and I enclosed it with a kiss. I knew he better get it on time.
Good risings, good people. How are we? Leave it down in the comment section below. If you're new here, how you doing? How you feeling? So today, I'm gonna be doing my makeup and telling you guys about how I found out that I was pregnant. So if you're interested in that, then just keep on watching. I haven't done this in a while, you guys. So hopefully this goes to plan. It is so hot in this dang on room. Oh my god. And I got a new vanity. So you guys let me know how you like the lighting, because I'm only using the light on my vanity. I keep forgetting that this thing is voice activated, so every time I say the word OFF, it does that. Wiping my face because I'm hot. And hopefully my camera stays in focus. But anyways, she's so sassy, she's so spicy. I literally love it. But it is a lot because she wants mama to do what she wants mama to do, which again, I'm not that mad about, because she's a baby. But we're gonna go ahead and go in with my eyebrows. I have no idea what I'm doing today, y'all. I'm just kind of going with it. So we'll see how things turn out. I'll try to remember to tell you guys everything that I'm using. You guys know how that typically goes though. Okay, so where to even start? I went back in my mind and I think that she was conceived around the end of September, like around May's birthday, because it was like a few weeks after that I started to like not really feel that good. But I'm one of those people where I don't really complain. I just go with it, especially if it's like not you guys, but like verbally to people. I don't really complain. I treat this as like a video diary almost, or like talking to my best friend type of thing. But I was just kind of going through it. Like I felt off. I didn't feel like myself. So I would like go to work and just be like super lightheaded and just couldn't focus. But the thing about it is, like, there are times where I just go through that in general, like normally. And so I didn't know if it was just what I typically, you know, would go through or what. So one of my friends that I work with, I would, you know, tell her like, you know, I'm about to go to the bathroom and just kind of chill for a second, or go to the break room and just sit down and like take a breather, because I just felt like I was about to pass out. That was like my first thing, is that I just kept feeling lightheaded at work. But I really just thought it was just me, or, you know, being stressed out or whatever the case may be. I can't remember the days because at this point it's kind of a blur. I started telling my friend that I wasn't feeling good. I thought it was just stress or just me being me. And then around that time I was having to take Ubers to and from places. And I typically have I typically have motion sickness. So when I was in these Ubers, of course I had to be in the back seat. And I guess you don't have to be in the back seat, but that's just what my mind thinks with Ubers. So I was getting in the back seat of these Ubers and was feeling like I wasn't gonna make it to my destination. I really was feeling like, oh my gosh, like I am about to puke in these people's car. And then a lot of times with Ubers too, like they want to try to talk and all that. I don't know if they like are trying to make you feel comfortable or what. So they would be like trying to talk to me and stuff like that, and I was trying to keep from throwing up. And then I had to take a few Ubers around that time, so that was something that I was dealing with like over the course of some days. there was a day at work where we didn't have patience. What was wrong? And so me and my friend that I work with, we ordered food. Aw, you spit ups. So yeah, we ordered food from a place that I love to eat at, the Village Kitchen. Let me just plug them in. I ate a lot there when I was in college, and she had never eaten there before. So, you know, I put my girl on and we ordered food from the Village. And a lot of red flags popped up as I was ordering the food. I ordered it for delivery, but then the food never came after like hours. So I called because I know the owner, and there was a whole bunch of issues. They didn't do delivery anymore. And I was just like, okay, so if y'all don't do delivery anymore, why is it on a delivery app? Wasn't really understanding that. So one of the people that worked there, I think one of the managers that was there that day that I didn't know, ended up bringing the food herself. So that was great. But we got the food and we ate. At this point, it's been days since I've really like eaten anything because again, I was feeling nauseous, I was feeling lightheaded. When I got home, I went to sleep. Like, I did all the stuff with the dogs, and that would take all the rest of the energy out of me that I even had. And after I did that, I would take a shower and go to sleep because again, I didn't have any energy. I didn't feel good, felt nauseous, felt lightheaded. You know, I just did what I was responsible for, and that was pretty much it. So we got the food, right? And I kid you not, we went to town. We got wings, we got fried broccoli, we got fries, we got all type of stuff. Like, we honestly almost got like a little bit of everything because she had never eaten there before. So I wanted to, you know, show off. Well, not show off, but you know, let her pick and choose what she liked from there because she never eaten there before. We eat, we go to town, and I kid y'all not, like at a certain point in me eating, I was like, oh hell no, like something is wrong. I cannot digest the rest of this. Like, I just stopped eating, and I was like, told my friend, I was like, you can eat what you want with the rest of this because I cannot. Like, I felt like I was about to just upchuck everything. So I let her eat the rest of it, and like by the end of the day, again, this is a no patient day, so we could kind of pick and choose when we wanted to leave. So towards the end of the day, I was like, oh my god, girl, like I'm feeling it again. Like, I cannot. Okay, TMI or trigger warning, whichever one you want to take it as. But I literally threw up everything that we ate, and I was just like, what in the world? Like, this is my first day feeling like I can even eat, and then I do, and here comes everything. My friend was like, you need to go to the doctor. Like, this has been an ongoing thing all week. You need to go to the doctor. And so I was telling her, like, I'm always here. You know what I mean? Like, we didn't get off of work until 5, and at that point I would just be so exhausted that like I couldn't deal with like taking an Uber to the doctor, even though the doctor's office that I ended up going to anyways was like right up the street from my job. Like, at that time I was just like, I can't do it. Like, I'm so exhausted by the time I get off of work that like I can't go to a doctor's office too. Oh, so I went home. I threw up, I called it a day, and I went home. Okay, my brows are so not perfect. I need you guys to give me a little bit of grace because yeah, I haven't done this in a while. But anyways, what I used on my brows, I used my Anastasia brow definer pencil in medium brown, and then I used the LA Girl Shady Slim in the color black. So now I'm just gonna prime with my Revolution Pro Blur Stick. Okay, so anywho, I threw up at work, and then I went home. after my friend slash co-worker was like, you need to go to the doctor, I just went home. I went home, I took the dogs out, and I did everything again the next day. I think at that point, the next day was a Friday. I'm not 100% sure, but I think that because I went to work, and at that point, I think it was like a regular work day, and I think we were seeing patients. No, I don't think, no, we weren't seeing patients, I don't think. Because my manager was there, and I started feeling crappy again. And so my manager was like, you know, you can go home. And I was like, no, I still need to get this stuff done, blah, 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 blah. Which I did have a good bit of, bless you, which I did still have a good bit of stuff that I needed to do. But, you know, she could tell that I did not feel good at all. So I'm still doing, you know, my thing, still trying to get stuff done for the day. And she was like, okay, you know, whenever you're ready to go, you can go. I'm taking Burkina and, y'all, I cannot see the names of these eyeshadows anymore. I'm taking Burkina and Fulani in the Masquerade palette by Juvia's Place. I'm mixing them, and I'm just gonna go in my crease. So yeah, my manager was like, okay, well, whenever you're ready to leave, you can leave, because I can tell that you don't feel good at all. So I'm still going about, you know, working, doing the stuff I need to do on the computer. And I kid you not, y'all, I started like profusely sweating, like just sweat just running down my face. And so I went to the bathroom, threw up, and came back to my computer. And at this point, I started consolidating the things that I needed to do. And my manager texted me on our chat that we have or had at the time, and she was like, go home, like, you can go home, I will handle everything else for the rest of the day. So I told her, I was like, I consolidated stuff, I need to just get these things done, because the way that my job was set up, I had to do those things. She could handle the rest of the things for the office on that day, but I was working on things for the next week. So I had to finish prepping those things, otherwise they wouldn't have been prepped and I would have been behind come the next week, and it just would have been on me. So I started finishing up the stuff that I needed to finish up, and you know, I let her have it for the rest of the day. When I got home, I literally just got in the bed. I think I let the dogs out because typical, my life. Let them out, and I got my ass in the bed, y'all. Like, I took a shower and laid my ass the hell down. The next day, I was feeling better, or at least I thought so. And I went to like a market type of thing. Now I'm going in with, there's not a color name, so I'm going in with number 4 out of the Chocolates palette by Juvia's Place. And I'm gonna put this on my outer corner and work it into the crease. But yeah, so the next day I went to like this market thing, right? And it was like for Christmas, but the market was like in November, but it was for the Christmas season. So I go to the market, and I kid y'all not, Spirit was definitely telling me all the things. Oh wait, no, I'm skipping stuff. Before that whole week, where my friend was like, you need to go to the doctor, I was getting sick at work, all the things, around Halloween time, I got a glass of wine at the Halloween party that I went to. And I kid y'all not, that one glass of wine had me drunk. Like, I was like, why am I this lit off of one glass of wine? And I wasn't like necessarily sick to my stomach or anything like that from the one glass of wine. I was just like feeling it, like really, really, really feeling it. And I was like, okay, that's crazy, because all I had was one glass of wine, and it wasn't even like a cheapo glass of wine, because you know that cheap wine, it do what it needs to do. But it wasn't that. It was like a nice glass of wine. So that was weird. I'm sorry that I'm kind of jumping all over the place, because my mind is having to remember this stuff. So a couple weeks after that Halloween party, all this stuff happens. I get sick at work, get sick at work again. My friends told me to go to the doctor. We order the food from the village. I throw it up. That weekend, we go to this market or whatever that has like a whole bunch of like Christmas stuff and things like that. And at the market, Spirit was like telling me all the things, because everywhere you turned there was a whole bunch of like mommy and me stuff. I almost bought like a whole Disney princess dress. For what reason at the time, I don't know. It was just a whole bunch of like stuff, like cute little baby outfits and all the things. And the people that I was with was like, isn't this so cute? Isn't this so cute? All you have to do is have a baby. It's so easy. It's so simple. And I'm just like, it's so easy and so simple, huh? After the market, we went to this brunch spot. The brunch spot that me and Ashley went to the weekend, that I was like, the food was so good, but the service was ass. So we went there, and this time we sat at the bar. So the service was so much better. And we were sitting right next to the owner of the restaurant. So how crazy. So we're eating, you know, having a good old time. And I order either a mimosa or a daiquiri. Can't remember. And I kid y'all not, literally kid y'all not, that one drink had me bent. I was like, why am I this lit? And the thing about it is, like, I wasn't even feeling the drink that much initially. Like, when I first, you know, drank it or whatever, I wasn't feeling it like that, like, at all. It was a Hennessy daiquiri. The people that I was with was like, not you finna drink no dang on Hennessy daiquiri at this hour. And I was like, y'all, it's not that big of a deal. Now I'm taking number 5 out of this palette, same palette, and putting it on my lids. Like, brown is so much easier on me than clear. So I drank my little daiquiri. Wasn't even feeling it all like that. And then I get home, me and Ashley were on the phone or whatever. And as I was on the phone with Ashley, I am feeling more and more sick. Like, at first, I was just like, girl, I'm feeling it. You know what I mean? Like, just on the phone with my girlfriend, just like, I'm feeling it. But no, as me and her were on the phone, I was feeling more and more drunk and more nauseous. It was going from drunk to nausea. And as I was on the phone with her too, I remember saying, girl, my boobs look good. Like, I was in the mirror again, just feeling myself. Y'all, if I would have known then what I know now, I lay down. Like, I get off the phone with her and I like lay down, because I'm like, maybe I just need to like take a nap and sleep it off. No. No, babes, no. Girl, I done laid down, took a nap, woke up, and throw up again. And I'm like, okay, now this is too much, because tomorrow is Monday and I can't go through a whole other week feeling how I felt last week, right? So I go ahead and just like cave, and I go to the doctor or whatever. And honestly, I'm not even gonna lie to y'all, honestly and truthfully, I genuinely thought I just had like the stomach flu. That was it. Girl, go to the doctor, get back there, and I'm telling them, you know, how I'm feeling. And the nurse that was seeing me was like, okay, you can go ahead and, you know, go to the bathroom and do like a piss test, basically. I hate doing piss tests, okay? Like, I am genuinely a germaphobe. And the thought of getting pee on my hands, because like I'm a girl, you know, girl pee tests are more difficult than guys. So I hate doing them. They're so messy. I'm taking the elf halo glow and just putting a little bit on the high points of my face. So I go take the little pee test or whatever, go back into the room, and it takes them no time. Okay, it takes them absolutely no time to come back in and tell me that I'm pregnant. So the doctor comes in, because like I said before, it was just the nurse, you know, doing all the things. So the doctor comes in, she sits down and she was like, okay, so what's wrong? So the doctor comes in, she sits down, and she's like, so your flu test came back negative. I was like, thank God, okay? Because again, I thought I had the stomach flu. Your COVID test came back negative, your pneumonia test came back negative, but you are pregnant. And I was like, okay, so what we're not gonna do is just skim past that, like, that's not what you said. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't just be like, oh, but you are pregnant, and that's just that on it. After she said that, I was really like, whoa, 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 whoa. Wait a minute. Wait a second. So I was like, what? You said I'm what? And she was like, oh, were you not trying to be pregnant? Did you not want to be pregnant? And I was like, girl, that's beside the point. The point is, you just said I'm pregnant and skim past it, like, you know what I mean? Like, that's not a life change, you know what I'm saying? I'm going in with the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter in the shade 385. So I'm like, you know, regardless of if I wanted to be or not, you're not just gonna go past it like that's not my new reality, you know what I mean? She was like, well, congratulations, you know, do you want it to be a boy or a girl? I was like, I don't know. Right now, I don't know. I genuinely don't know, because again, my whole perception of reality has now been altered. She was like, well, I will tell you this, I do recommend for you to go ahead and go to the ER, because I think I was like somewhere between 6 and 8 weeks at that point. And she was like, I do recommend you to go ahead and go to the ER because you're further along than when most people find out that they're pregnant. So I go into the ER, and at that point I think it's already like 6 or 7 o'clock. And if y'all know anything about going to the ER, it takes all day and all night. I tell Flame, you know, what the business is, and I, you know, gave him a minute because I still hadn't processed, you know what I mean? But at the same time, like, he knew nothing. Like, I had been told and he knew nothing. He says that he figured that I was pregnant, which I would assume that he, you know what I mean? You know, I would assume that he would kind of know something or have some sort of inkling before I did, you know? He said that he thought that I was. He just didn't say anything. So, yeah. We go to the ER like the lady suggested, and like I said, we were in there all night. When we first got there, we had the option of sitting in kids seats, basically. Of course, they wanted me to take another piss test. Stressful. But at that point, we had gone home, and I think we let the dogs out. Yeah, so we went home and we let the dogs out because we knew that we would be there for a minute. Whenever we went home to let the dogs out, I got some gloves and put them in my purse because I figured that they were going to make me take another piss test so that they could figure out how far along I was. So I think one of my eyebrows is like thicker than the other. or it's just driving me crazy. I don't know. I feel like this one is thicker than this one. But I don't know, girl. I don't know. At this point, y'all are getting me how y'all get me, because I got a baby in my arms that's eating and I'm trying to do makeup and I haven't done my makeup in I don't even know how long. So y'all gonna get what y'all gonna get. I take the pee test, give it to the nurse or whatever, and they tell me to go back and sit in the waiting room. And we're in the waiting room for literal hours, like to the point where Flame went to get a dog. I don't know who he got. I feel like he got Sage, but I can't remember. So whenever he went back and picked up a dog, he went and got me some fries, I think, because I have not eaten. Still didn't have an appetite, but I know I need to put something on my stomach. Ate the fries, and they finally called me back. They're asking me a whole bunch of questions. I can't even remember what the questions were. Put me back into the waiting room. Then they finally called me back again. So when they called me back at this one, third time, because first I did the pee test, second time they asked me a whole bunch of questions, and then the third time they finally put me in a room. So when they put me in the room, they did a ultrasound. The lady that did the ultrasound, I just remember her not being able to tell me anything for some reason. I don't know why she couldn't. I was trying to figure out how far along I was, and for whatever reason she couldn't tell me. So she was just like, you can look right here, and wherever she pointed, she, you know, was basically telling me how far along I was. Y'all, I'm getting so frustrated because my vanity light keeps shutting off. Like, it has shut off at least 6 times so far. But anyways, I was in the room waiting for a while, but I was just happy that I was in the room at that point. And I texted my manager, because at that point it was like pretty late. So I texted her and I told her that I was more than likely not going to be at work the next day. And she asked me, of course, why. And I just told her because I didn't know what else to say. She knew that I had been going through it the past week, and I'm pretty sure she could have like pieced together what was going on, but of course she needed it blatantly stated. I told her, and I took my ass to sleep. Like I said, I was just happy that I finally had a room and I could lay out, because again, I'm in my first trimester. And if you guys know anything about first trimester, you're exhausted. Like, you're genuinely exhausted, which was why I couldn't hold it together at work, because not only are you like extremely nauseous, you are genuinely exhausted. Like, I have never felt so tired in my life. I was able to finally get some sleep. I can't remember what all happened, but at that point I was like, okay, I have the information that I need to know. All I need to know is that I was pregnant, baby's okay, I'm ready to go home. So they had to do like some more tests or whatever, just because I didn't know up until this point. So they did the test or whatever. I'm going in with the e.l.f. Flawless Satin Foundation in the shade Light Ivory. But yeah, so they had to run some more tests just because I didn't know, and they were trying to make sure that she was okay. And she was. They finally let me go home. They prescribed some prenatals for me to pick up. And I spent the next day just asleep. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. I spent the next day sleeping. So they referred me to a doctor that I ended up not sticking with. But anywho, they referred me and I went. Oh, they gave me a day or whatever that I guess he was available. What was I saying? Oh, they gave me a day that he was available or whatever. But y'all, it was gonna be like super far out. So I told Flame's aunt I'm going in with a Black Opal True Color Pore Correcting Powder Foundation. To me, this is not a powder. I think it goes from cream to powder because this is definitely not a powder. But anywho, so I told Flame's aunt, she suggested that I call to see if they had any earlier availability because she, you know, wanted me to see a doctor ASAP, which I felt was definitely the move too, because, you know, I just found out I was pregnant. And like, even though they told me that everything's okay, they told me that in the ER. No OBGYN told me that. No one who specialized in babies told me that. So I called his office to see if they had any other early availability. So the lady was like, yeah, today. So I'm at work at this point whenever she says this. I call Flame and I tell him, you know, what they say. And he was like, you know, there's no way that I'm going to be able to get to you and then get out there. So I tell the lady, okay, anyways, because, you know, I need to make sure that my girl's okay. Well, at the time I didn't know that she was a girl. I kind of did, but I needed to know that everything was all right with my baby. So I told the lady, okay, and head out there. Like, my friend, coworker was like, leave, I can handle everything. I got it. And so I did. I left. I told, you okay? You okay? So I told the doctor that I was leaving, and she was getting upset because I guess I wasn't explaining stuff to her the way that she wanted it to be explained. I did not have time for that. My friend had taken over and she was trying to tell her, you know, like fill her in on all the stuff, and she wasn't listening. I'm going in with the Kiss Pro Touch Liquid Foundation in the shade Chestnut. Just looks like this. So yeah, she wasn't trying to listen. So I left anyways, because I'm like, girl, I gotta be somewhere like now-ish. I leave and my manager ends up texting me or calling me one and was like, you know, the doctor was mad or whatever because I didn't stay and explain what she wanted to explain. But I was telling her, I was like, listen, this is what I had going on. And she was like, oh, okay, my bad. I go get her checked out, and from the jump, I was not feeling this doctor, y'all. It was something about him that was just not tickling my fancy. We stuck with him for like a while, but eventually we ended up switching. But I'll get to that when I tell you guys the story of my actual pregnancy. They did an ultrasound or whatever. They got all my information, insurance, all the things, and you know, ran all the tests, which is a lot. They run a lot of tests when you first find out that you're pregnant. You know, asked all the questions. Did we smoke? Where did we live? Did we have pets? Was I a drinker? Just a whole bunch of stuff. A whole bunch of stuff. They did every test for every STD and every STI, okay? Which I didn't have, but they ran those tests. So yeah, and after then, I was just pregnant. That is how I found out that I was pregnant. And at that point, nobody knew. I told my manager, my co-worker, and Flame's aunt. Those are the only people that knew. And then eventually I told my co-workers, because there was a lot of days where I was leaving work and stuff because either I was like too sick or I was going to the doctor. So my whole base layer is done. We're going to start setting stuff. Typically I would go ahead and spray at this point, but I am going to wash my face once I get done, so I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go ahead and put my lashes on. I have not worn lashes in so long, y'all. These are my lashes, of course. and we're just gonna chuck them on. I'll come back once I get them on. Okay, my girl has the hiccups, so I'm sorry if y'all hear her, but she's just a baby. Hopefully my lashes look okay. They don't really feel the best, but try to get this done for y'all. It's been a while, y'all. It's been a while. I'm gonna go in with my airspun powder on a little triangle microfiber plush thingy. Let me set my bronzer. I'm gonna go in with that number 4 out of the Chocolates palette. I used to use this to bronze a lot, but then I stopped for, I don't know why. But I guess I can answer how I felt in the moment finding out. I felt calm, to be honest. Okay, but in the moment when I found out, I honestly was feeling pretty calm. I don't know, like I wasn't really stressed out. I was a little worried just because of some things that I was going through in the moment. Let me get her changed and I'll come back. All right, we are situated with a clean diaper. So we were setting our bronzer. I was telling you guys that I was feeling calm about the news, other than the fact that I was worried about certain things that were going on in my life, and just how I felt about certain situations that I was in. But other than that, I was pretty calm. I'm going in with those 2 shades that I put in my crease, and I'm going to set my bronzer in other places. So my chin and my forehead, and my nose. That was my thing, was I was just like, I don't like certain things that I'm going through, and I'm worried about how that's going to affect me with my pregnancy and my child. And I guess I was also worried about the fact that my house is always freaking disgusting, and it's a lot for me to keep it, or it was a lot for me to keep it clean then at the time. And I'm not even gonna lie to y'all, it's super hard now, really hard. We'll get into that in another video. So yeah, that is the story of how I found out I was pregnant. My camera is now deciding that it wants to try to die, so we're gonna try to hurry up and finish this. Let's do blush. So I'm gonna go back into the Juvia's palette, into the masquerades, and take Ada and Zulu and mix them together. Put that down. I have not done my makeup in so long, so. And I'm using my viewfinder as a mirror, so I really can't even tell like what I'm looking like. So I'm gonna set my whole face with this Milani powder foundation in the shade Caramel. My camera died, but we're back. I feel like my blush is a little uneven, so this light is about to piss me off. Okay. Make sure we're good in blush. I might go back in with some powder, like the loose powder. Hold on. And then we're gonna dust it away. My girl is gonna have powder all on her because she's eating. All right, now we're gonna do this waterline, honey. I'm just gonna blend stuff out. Also, kind of blend it out towards my temples, just so all that kind of goes together. So you see the difference between this side and this side. Do the same thing to the other side, and then just blend out to my temples. Now we're just gonna highlight. I don't know if I want to highlight my inner corner. And if so, what do I want to use? I'm gonna use the crayon case highlighter. I don't see a shade name, so just gonna kind of go with it. I'm just gonna use like a small, super small fluffy brush for my nose, right on the tip, on the bridge, on the brow bone. And I like the brow bone highlight is going out of style, but I still like it. So put some on the brow bone, a little bit more on the bridge. Then I want to switch brushes and put it on my cheek bones with a fan brush. But yeah, those are all my feelings about it though. I was, you know, a little numb at first, and just kind of after the doctor telling me at that first place, the shock kind of went away, and the rest of it was just kind of like, I'm having a baby. Yeah, that's really the best way I can explain it. I was just like, I'm having a baby, let's get ready for a baby, you know. I'm using the L'Oreal Air Volume mascara. I knew I was going to get mascara over here, like on my cheek. I'm going to line my lips with the Milani lipstick in the shade Sensual. Okay, I'm going to set my brows with the CoverGirl Professional Natural Lash. Just gonna, you know, brush them up. Does anybody else have like small ears and your AirPods always fall out? Because me. I just thought about it. I need to call my cousin. I haven't seen or heard from him in I don't even know how long. So yeah, I kind of want to call him and see how he's doing. Okay, and now for lips, I'm going to, let me go ahead and set my face because I don't know, I might wear this makeup today and I might take it off, like I thought I was. I'm going in with Juvia's Place lipstick in Libra. This is a go-to. Like, if you guys have never tried this, you should, because it's really good. I don't know why browns always look purple on me. It's kind of annoying. I'm gonna use Fortune Cookie today. Slap it on. Not the biggest fan. So I'm gonna blot, and I'm gonna go in with a different lip liner. So I really want these to be more brown. I'm gonna use Cocoa by Ruby Kisses and just go over my lips. Yeah, just to have them look a little bit more brown. They're still not as brown as I would like for them to look, but you know, it's helping a little bit. We're also gonna use, I don't know what this is, it's so rubbed off. I think this is another Ruby Kisses lip liner, but it's so rubbed off. Yeah, this at least is gonna give me like that brickish color and incorporate that in, because I just can't with like this super purple. And then we'll do Fortune Cookie over top. Okay. So I think that's it, you guys. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for listening to my story. Like I said, if you're new here, please subscribe, and if you're not, and if you are, give this video a thumbs up, because I need some more likes on my videos, you guys. My videos are getting like 1, 2, 3 likes, if even that. I think the most that I've gotten for a like is like 6. So yeah, help me out, y'all. Give this video a thumbs up, and I will see y'all in my next video. I think my next video is going to be my pregnancy journey story. So yeah, until next time, I'll see y'all later.